Sometimes men and women get dumped because they are too good, because they are too nice, because they are trying to be a great partner. It's actually quite common and happens more than you might expect. In this video, I'll explain how and why people are taken for granted and lose their relationship because they are too perfect. So don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borello. If this is the first time you've stumbled on one of my videos, take a moment and hit that subscribe button to be sure that you aren't missing any of our weekly updates. Okay, so I have to start by telling you about a phone call I had with a former client, Terry, who called to share some great news. She just got engaged over the weekend and she's beaming with joy. And I'm smiling because I know she's come a long way. I met a very different Terry a few years ago. She was a heartbroken 30-year-old professional who couldn't understand why her boyfriend ended their 18-month relationship. Terry believed she was the perfect girlfriend, but Jacob felt like something was missing. And Terry was devastated because she worked hard at the relationship, yet Jacob didn't want a future with her. So let me tell you about Terry. She's stunningly beautiful, a former model, intelligent, and goes out of her way to make other people feel good. She was devoted to Jacob and took pride in being selfless and generous. Terry even surprised Jacob with thoughtful gifts. She was easygoing, eager to please, always agreed to activities with Jacob's friends and family, and she anticipated and took care of everyday chores like cleaning his apartment or getting his car washed without him even asking. And everyone loved Terry. Friends and family often complimented her thoughtfulness and told her she was the best thing that ever happened to Jacob. Even Jacob admitted that no one had ever treated him so well or loved him so much. So how could he leave her? Can you relate to this scenario? Relationships like Terry's are very common. Perhaps we have friends who have engaged in similar behaviors and have had similar results. Or maybe Terry's relationship is like one that you've experienced. Either way, let's uncover her motivation for being the perfect girlfriend. See, she began the relationship with the best of intentions. She hoped that Jacob was the one and that they would fall in love and be married. And Terry liked Jacob, but she often worried that he might not be as enamored with her. And this underlying insecurity influenced her interactions with him. Fearing that she wasn't good enough, she became the woman that she imagined would be most impressive to Jacob and win his heart. So Terry created the facade of the perfect girlfriend who loved everything that Jacob loved, including his friends, his family, and his hobbies. She hoped that her selfless behavior and agreeableness would cause Jacob to fall deeply in love with her and treat her the same in return. Unfortunately, her turn never came and the relationship remained lopsided. Terry's self-imposed role required her to constantly self-observe and be on her best behavior for prolonged periods of time. And this was stressful and eventually she became frustrated and resented Jacob. Within a year, she tired of being the perfect girlfriend and enjoying all the activities that Jacob had come to expect. She felt taken advantage of and neglected, and she started to complain to Jacob. Soon, the couple frequently disagreed and argued, and Terry became more insecure. Jacob sensed her insecurity and believed that she had grown needy. He ended the relationship because he assumed that they could no longer get along and believed that something was missing. So, why did this happen? According to the investment model of relationship commitment, couples' dependence on, commitment to, and desire for their relationship is based on three factors. Number one, their satisfaction with the relationship, obviously. Number two, the quality of alternative relationships. And number three, their level of investment into the relationship. So let me explain. First, partners become dependent and committed to relationships when they experience high levels of satisfaction. Partners are satisfied when their relationships gratify important needs such as companionship, intimacy, sexuality, and belonging. Secondly, partners' dependence and commitment also increases when they believe that the alternatives are less desirable than their current relationship. If a person's needs could be better fulfilled outside the relationship, or if the partner is easily replaced, their dependence on the current relationship diminishes. Lastly, partners' dependence and commitment is influenced by their level of investments into the relationship in terms of time, energy, and other important resources. The more we invest in someone, the more we like and appreciate them as a result. So partners who share a home, family, friends, possessions, and income have made huge investments into the relationship, making it far too costly to lose. Because Terry invested so much more time and energy into the relationship, her love for Jacob grew. On the other hand, Jacob did not have to work so hard to win her heart, so his affection remained flat. Terry felt taken for granted and unappreciated, and Jacob thought that something was missing. Look, we need balance. Putting a partner's needs first can be a beautiful gift, but only between partners who can share equally in the giving and receiving. If one partner is doing all the investing in the relationship, it becomes lopsided, and the person who is trying so hard is taken for granted and unappreciated. So balance is essential. Healthy relationships require sharing the effort and the work. That means sharing the decisions on choosing restaurants and deciding on movies to see. Happy couples share in deciding who they spend time with, the music that they listen to in the car, and the TV shows that they watch together. But they also share in helping one another with everyday chores and taking care of each other's needs. I have to be honest with you, it can be difficult for some people to do this. Some people are just very agreeable and are constantly putting the needs and desires of others before their own. And if this is you, be careful. This behavior is not sustainable and in time will cause you to resent your partner. So let your partner invest in you. When they do, they are increasing their feelings of love and appreciation for you. Better yet, invest in one another equally. Share in giving and receiving, and you will both be more satisfied. That's it for this video. If you found it helpful, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you've had a similar experience, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. She hoped that his and her are two things that you can do. Partners are satisfied when their relationships gratify important. Start over. Are satisfied when their relationship. Partners are satisfied when their relationships gratify the important needs such as their important needs. First, partners become dependent and committed to relationships when they experience high levels of satisfactions. Satisfactions, or both. If an Stop, dude. Partners are satisfied with their relationships when believe that the quality of alternatives are less desirable than the quality of alternatives. Partners are satisfied when their relationships gratify the important needs such as companionship. When their relationships gratify the important needs such as companionship. Or if the partner is easily replaced, their dependence on their current relationships. Lastly, partners' dependence and commitment is influenced by their investments into the relationship.